Hello there, how's today? Ame Gakita. Alright, it seems like many people are kind of like happy that Anycolor Stock had been dropping along the line. And when you look at it, is it really a good thing or is it that there is something behind it? No, I'm not defending Nijisanji. I'm actually hoping that their stock market do get a hit along the line. But in this time, I feel like we have to address the fall of some tech company stock recently, and it's actually understandable. So all you know, I mean, like when it came to Anycolor stock, and just to have a recap, why a lot of people are hoping for such a fall up for Anycolor, is that it's because of how the company Anycolor or the parents company of Nijisanji is that they always kind of like value their stock market over their talents in a way. More so is that when they actually put up a statement over the termination of Selen Tatsuki, formerly known by now who is now known as Toki Bird. And it's actually kind of like the statement was like the effect on their stock market is considered negligible, and that actually rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And it really does show that I was so happy that the company kind of like implode on their own or coming out with words that kind of like rub people the wrong way. And I've been kind of like voicing about the issue on Nijisanji for pretty long while already, like way before their issue on when they start banning going to so-called copyright strike for Sun and Kill Sun. So at the time, it's really kind of like it happened long before. It's just that to them they do it as per normal. It's just that now they consider it is a thing. And I actually another thing I also kind of do point out is that where did the money go to, or where did the money come from, for at least when it comes to Anycolor stock. So it's kind of interesting that these all of these things have been addressed in the Nijisanji stock market or the shareholder meeting along the line, and I will do more on that later. But first thing first, we still have to address why did the stock market fall. Well, when it comes to like Anycolor and Cover Corp, the stock is kind of like both of them, whether you like it or not, it always intertwine in some form. So when Anycolor stock do fall, Cover Corp will also fall. I'm not saying that it's entirely the fault of both of them or due to overall, but it's actually in the market term it is actually more towards they call collateral damage. So when one fall, another fall, and more so because both of them are listed as tech company. Both of them are tech company because they are more on the Vtuber, so they can't really list as like service or whatsoever, even though they do have such thing. It's just that when they first started, VTubing is basically technology, so that's how they've been listed from since then, even till now. So quite recently, I believe if you guys do want to check out, do go and check out Salvi-san video for if you want to just listen from that point. But I will have to highlight another point of view is that the reason why the stock market fall in the Japan is actually it's not just Japan Nikkei or the Japanese stock market got hit. Asia like China, Singapore, Malaysia, some other country do get some form of hit in a way. So it's actually stemmed from USA itself, where the dollar apparently fall and economy kind of like been on the decline lately. So often more than not, if you guys do want to know more, go and when do we know the US economy is falling or when the dollar is falling? Well, yeah, this is actually kind of a funny fact that I don't understand how it works. But if you go and do check out like the value of gold versus the value of US dollar, the value of gold go in this funny way with the US dollar. So when the US dollar decline, the gold will increase in value. But when the gold decrease in value, the US dollar rise. So I don't know what kind of intertwined effect do this gold and US dollar have, but that seems to be how it works. So quite recently, I have a chat with my own mom. Well, I mean, like she always tend to look at the value of gold in some way. So when I discussed with her, we did notice along the line that the value of gold had been on the rise. It was a slow decline, but it was definitely on the rise. So we actually speculate that there must be some form of decline in the US dollar. And more so is that we also do notice that because in the decline of, like when it comes to decline of economy, there even I know I'm not really an expert in this stock market style and what's not, but I would also have to give my point of view is that often more than not when it comes to stock market, it always have some sort of intertwined effect when it comes to election in any form. So it can be state election, it can be country election, it can be the presidential election, it can be the major election in a way along the line. But when that actually happen, it will always like some of the stock market value or for some company or the specific point of that they will always have some form of fall, and it will always happen. It's not going like going the bullish along the line. It will just always go in a way of a bear. So what's those terms mean? Check it out up on the internet yourself. Excuse and God bless my dad along the line. So the thing is, right, when you come to and big, yeah, that was my dad sneezing. So yeah, all in all, when you think about the whole issue about the stock market value versus the political, whether you like it or not, whether I like it or not, it will always have some form of intertwine with the stock market. So political and stock market go a long way, whether we like it or not. Even if they claim there is no such thing, it will always be have some form of intertwine. So when there is like the US presidential in USA, obviously we will be seeing some form of decline along the line. It can be due to the presidential issue, it can be due to people just caring about the presidential and not caring about business along the line. Who knows? It will always happen in that form. So anyone who do know very well that about the stock market, once it drop, will it actually go all the way down? That is when the Nikkei policy do step in. So anyone who do know very well in the 1987 when first the stock market do forward a lot, especially I'm pretty sure it was due to the Sony issue at the time. The stock market was so bad at that back then that they have to implement a new rule, which is basically prevent the loss of stock market to a specific point. And when that happened, the government and whatsoever will have to step in to kind of like bring the everything out. So all in all, when you actually do check out the value of Cover Corp recently, it was actually on the decline lately, and it did drop like quite a lot, more so to the bare minimum, which is like 1,551, and quite recently it does go back up. It's the same thing for it's the same thing for Cover Corp as well. So if you do check out like Cover Corp or Anycolor along the line, it kind of like does mirror for both, and is that they both did drop twice and then they go back up. So I know some people will say, hey, isn't that at least a good thing for Anycolor because they are falling a lot? Well, when it comes to like when you're actually looking at Cover Corp in the long run, they did have been on the decline lately. Well, not as much as Anycolor, which has been on the decline pretty much deep. I mean, like no matter how you look at it, right? It's like it's like from 1,900 plus to 1,500, as compared to the highest I believe was around 2,500 all the way to 1,900. So the fall is slightly more on the Anycolor side, and even make it even worse was that they just only kind of like in recent month they bought back all their stock, trying to bring up their value of the stock along the line. So it's actually kind of like got a lot of people questioning like where did the money gone, what is the is it really is the stock shareholder going to have the peace of mind on holding on to the stock of Anycolor at this point of time along the line. And FalseEyeD actually did cover it up on the case, not cover up the case, but more covering out on the case. So they did actually hit quite a few hard questions. I did cover this in my previous video that time. If you want to check out, you can check out my video in the link description below. If not, do check out FalseEyeD video on where he highlight a few things himself. So all in all, it's actually kind of interesting that when the idea I kind of like realized it at the time, but I really didn't cover about the case at the time, is that Riku seems to be avoiding a lot of question that seems to indicating where did the money gone, or where is the money will be along the line. And it's really kind of like made me wonder, because I kind of like been not caring about Nijisanji for quite so who know how long when, that it really kind of like made me wonder, like, is it really that he's avoiding the question just because of just trying to avoid? It's like he said, we don't have I'm not obliged to answer the question, or there's no way to oblige to answer it. I mean, like the recent situation they got the stock market for because of US recession along the line, who knows. But when you look at the whole ordeal, it's really kind of like questioning, like, is it really true that the CEO is trying to avoid answering this sort of question? I mean, it just proved, number one, he's not aware of the global market as well as the situation. Like, for me, who's not aware of know too much stock market stuff, but for me, who had learned from the best of the best, my late grandfather, when it comes to stock market, I know how well that you have to do a lot of research, and sometimes a small little change can affect the whole stock market, more so especially when it comes to election itself. So if he's not able to like just give us them excuse saying like US recession has been on the fall, so it's affecting not just his company but also a lot of other company, then I think the stock in the investor will be like, yeah, maybe not so bad, right? I mean, like, at least you will be going with the idea that, hey, it's not wrong. So it's just that he's not able to answer it, just prove how ignorant he can be, or he's not how unprepared he is at the moment. And more so when it comes to shareholder meeting or whatsoever, they will always ask this one of question. They will ask where's the money gone, where's its money is. And more so is that there is also a really like investigation, not really investigation, it's more like people checking out that him himself apparently have a horse. No, not Rima ever star or even star, sorry about that. But basically, he actually owned a freaking horse himself. So when it comes to horse, what's the issue? Horse is not cheap, alright? When it comes to horse, I would like, basically, instead of like owning a yacht where everyone is saying like, oh, he got a yacht. Well, he didn't have a yacht. He had a horse. A freaking damn horse where he's throwing money at it. And anyone will know, like, again, I mentioned, go and check out the value of a horse. Why is it so expensive? And the maintenance of a horse is really, really crazy. To the point that in Singapore, they decided to just shut down a freaking horse racing stadium, as well as that a lot of horse are so-called being sent back because there is no one able to keep or maintain a horse in Singapore anymore. Not amazing? Well, you guys will be damn sure that they how a horse can be expensive at this point of time. So yeah, I'm not saying like Rima-san is too expensive to be maintained. I mean, like, just give her some carrot and she should be happy along the line. But the most important thing at the end of the day, right, is that if Riku have the ability to have a horse, then I think it's really like, what and where did the money come from? And obviously, it doesn't sit well with a lot of investors. So if the value of Nijisanji stock do fall further than Cover Corp, then that is when we can definitely say that a lot of investors decided to pull out. But at this point, it's really, really hard to know, is it really true about the stock market? Because people can just say, oh, it's allegedly, it's not true along the line. But at this point, although I'm not defending Anycolor, but the stock market for did affect a lot of company, as well as in the tech industry, as well as a lot of country in Asia. So as much as I love to see the stock market fall for Anycolor and the rise of Cover Corp, but as for right now, the only time I'll be very, very happy is only when Anycolor fall beyond Cover Corp, or when Cover Corp actually overtook Anycolor. So that's my only hope for before the end of the year. But It may take years, it may take months, who knows? Stock market is always hard to predict. If I can predict it, I'll be a freaking billionaire at this point of time. So yeah, again, this is all I can say for today, random chat. Just again, you guys have to be sure to prepare the sword, take the sword and throw the sword at the screen if you need to, because a lot of things that I say today is technically my speculative talk, as well as it's just a random chat. So that being said, if you agree or disagree, write in the comment below, we can discuss it further. If not, if you do like this video, don't forget to press the like button and share the video to many other people, as well as that if you're new and you want to listen to more random chat along that, I can advise you guys to go and check out some of my past video. If not, don't forget to subscribe for more new random chat. Sometimes I don't talk about random topic, or I do talk about random topic, or even sometimes I can even talk about stuff that doesn't make sense. But the one thing that I can pretty sure is you guys better have a nice day online.